everyone, welcome to another What I Eat in a Day video. So we are just jumping right in. This is my current favorite smoothie. Even though it's getting colder out, I've been loving having smoothies lately because I just really like starting the day off with some fiber, and I find it makes me feel better than something like toast, even though toast is what I usually crave in the morning. So this is just a smoothie with some orange juice, oat milk, chia seeds, almond butter, banana, and some frozen strawberries. And then I just obviously blend that until smooth in my Vitamix, and it's so good. Usually Greg and I will share it. We don't have a ginormous smoothie or anything, just kind of like a little something to start the day off before we have coffee so that we don't get the coffee jitters. So for my coffee, I love using my new Breville Barista Express. I have a whole video on unboxing this and using it, so definitely check that out. I will link it in the top corner of this screen. But basically, I just wash off the portafilter to get it nice and hot. Then I just grind the beans into there. This grinds the perfect amount for a double shot or a single shot, but I pretty much always do double. And then you just want to pack it down, use the tamper and push it down. Again, I have a whole video on how I use this, but this is kind of just the speedy version. And then you just pop it in and you pour your shot. This was not the world's most perfect shot. This type of coffee that I was using isn't my favorite, but they didn't have my favorite when I went to buy it, but it's still good. You can see that gorgeous caramel color. I'm obsessed. And then I just steam my milk. So this is a combination of the Earth's Own oat milk and the Oat Yeah Creamer by Silk. So here I'm just kind of getting my steamer prepped, and then I steam the milk. I can link a whole video on how I learned how to steam milk below because there is a technique to it. And then I just try and make some latte art. I'm still working on this. I'm pretty bad at it, not gonna lie, but it still tastes amazing. I think I was trying to do a heart. Yeah, thumbs up, A for effort. But you know, this coffee tastes so good. It's even better than coffee shop coffee, I promise you that. So if you're looking to get an espresso machine, I fully recommend this one. Okay, so for lunch, we are making gnocchi. I think I have perfected a kind of easy recipe for it. So you want to bake some potatoes in the oven until they are nice and soft. And then you just want to remove the potato flesh from the peels and put it into a bowl, and then put the bowl into the freezer to cool the potato. So to make the sauce in a frying pan, you want to add some vegan butter, a few tablespoons, and then you can also add in the onions and garlic. I used shallots, but any type of onion will also work. And then you just want to cook those until they are softened. So then you can pour in white wine. You want to use a dry white wine like a Pinot Grigio, and this adds such an amazing flavor to the sauce. So definitely don't skip this. If you have some wine on hand, definitely use it. An alternative would be vodka if you have vodka. Then you can add in your vegan cream cheese and stir that until it's melted. And then you can add in the rest. So you can add in the marinara sauce and the coconut milk. This sauce, I'm telling you guys, is so amazing. It might seem kind of weird to put white wine in it, but I promise it adds the most amazing flavor, and it's just so creamy and rich and goes absolutely amazing with the gnocchi. But you can use it on regular pasta as well if you like. But trust me, this sauce is like next level, so amazing. Once the potato is cooled for a few minutes in the freezer, you can mash it up until it's nice and smooth. And then you want to add in the salt and the oil and finally the flour, and just mix that with your hands until it makes a nice, not sticky, very thick dough. So you want to make sure it's not sticky. So if it is sticky, once you have mixed in all the flour, you can add a little bit more flour so that it's easy to roll in your hands. So then the way to form each one is you take a little ball about a teaspoon size and roll it in your hands, and then just roll it down the tines of a fork to get the little grooves in it. You don't have to do that. You could just make it little balls, but if you want it to look like, you know, the typical gnocchi, do the fork thing because it makes it look and taste, you know, like the regular gnocchi. So then you just want to boil that in a pot of salted water for a few minutes, probably about 5 to 6 minutes. They will sink to the bottom, and then once they're all floating, you know that it's done. And just stir them a couple times so that they don't stick together or stick to the pot. And then you can just drain them and add your spinach and the drained gnocchi to the frying pan, and that's it. You can just stir it all together. You can also do this with store-bought if you don't want to make your own, but making our own was actually quite fun. It was like a fun activity to do, as well as a super delicious meal, and it also kept really well for the next day. So we had leftovers the next day and it was so good. I also wanted to mention that I topped it with some vegan Parmesan cheese. This is the Earth Island brand. It's really, really good, but just regular vegan cheese works as well. And then just a little bit of fresh basil on top. And that's it. It was so good. I know you guys are going to love this, so definitely try it out if you have been craving the most comforting pasta type recipe. So for dinner, this is a very leftovers type of meal. So I just heated some oil in a frying pan and added in some green onions and mushrooms, followed by some yu choy. And then in a separate pot, I added some of my seitan chicken. You guys have seen this recipe so many times, but I'll link it below for those who don't have the recipe on hand. And then I added in, once that was cooked, some rice that I had left over. I pretty much always have leftover cooked rice in my fridge, and I love making fried rice with it with some soy-free seasoning sauce. I just use this because if I have too much soy, it hurts my tummy. So usually I just use a soy-free sauce for stuff like this. And then once that was all coated, I just added in the green part of the yu choy as well as some pure sesame oil and stirred it all together for a few minutes until the greens were wilted. And then I just plated that up with the chunks of vegan chicken and some plum sauce, and it was just so tasty. I pretty much am in my happy place when I'm eating meals like this. It's honestly just my favorite. It's so quick. I love leftovers and I love fried rice. So there you go. That is my what I eat in a day. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.